The Detroit Lions will get the number 2 seed in the NFC.
Okay.
Overreaction or underreaction? Or just right?
I think it happens.
Just saying.
I think it happens. I think they win out and get this.
Debate.
All they have to do is go 2-0 to finish the year.
Against the Cowboys at home, who have won 15 straight, and then against Minnesota at Ford Field.
When you say it that way, the Cowboys have won 15 straight, it scares me a little bit.
That's the way the Lions are playing. It seems like, of course, they could win 2 in a row. The Cowboys, and looking at how the Cowboys just played,
lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, they've just lost 2 in a row. But again, it's they're a completely different team at AT&T Stadium.
I don't think it's an overreaction at all.
No,
I think that's spot on. I think it happens.
KG.
Underreaction. I think it's very plausible that they do get the 2 seed. All they got to do is win 2 games.
I sense you're over there in that booth thinking a 1 seed's a possibility.
I think so.
Yes!
You already know I think big, man.
I'm a KG. I think the 49ers end up losing again. They looked bad last game, and I think they're going to end up getting caught slipping again, maybe versus the Rams.
If they don't have Trent Williams for one of those games, I don't know what his status is.
If they have half of their offensive line missing, they're going to be. And think about this: the Rams potentially week 18 have to win to get in. If they have to win to get in, or if there's any doubt at all, Rams are going to go out there to play. And the 49ers, and I'm pretty sure they played earlier in the year, and I think the Rams gave them a run for their money.
Yeah,
and that was a full 49ers roster.
That's
too.
Script writers like that. I'd rather them write the script involving the Rams and Lions involving that game than a Ford Field reunion, but we'll get there when we get there.
How crazy is that, though? Like, remember a month ago when the Lions, went on that 6-game stretch going 4-2, and everyone was like, 0 chance to get the 2 seed, 0 chance to get the 1 seed. Mm-hmm. Everything's over. 3 seed, we'll just take that. Hopefully we go win the division. Now it's like all you need to do is go 2-0 and have the 49ers drop 1 game, and you have a first-round bye, and you have home field for the whole playoffs.
Definitely.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and Don Rivera says no one has talked about how the Lions fans travel. There are so many Lions fans down in Texas. That's a very good point.
Yes.
That's a very good point. I know the Cowboys are going to be holding those tickets closely, a little more close than the old Lambeau Field fans on a Thursday. But I expect those fans to travel too. It's going to be fun.
I'm interested. I'm interested to see how many Lions fans are in the building.
Yes.
I'll go my first one. Kind of goes with yours, getting the 2 seed. We talked about it before the show here, before we went live. I think the Detroit Lions, right now, you can officially put the Detroit Lions as Super Bowl contenders.
Talk to them, Boom.
I don't think it's an overreaction at all. No. I have a list of teams here. Take the Ravens out. I think the Ravens in the AFC are probably the Super Bowl favorite, in my opinion. But when you go down the list here, you have the Ravens. Maybe you could say the 49ers, but I'm going to take the 49ers down after seeing them get exposed. The Detroit Lions, the Miami Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, the San Francisco 49ers. Outside of the Ravens, those 6 teams to me, and KG mentioned it before the show, especially with the 49ers, all of those teams can beat each other any day, any time. And when you have those 6 teams right there, and then 7 with the Ravens, that 7-team group, those are all your Super Bowl contenders. And I think the Detroit Lions right now, when they're playing at their best versus any of those teams, they can win that football game, especially if it's at Ford Field and especially at a neutral site in the Super Bowl. I think there's a chance the Detroit Lions right now officially stamping them Super Bowl contenders for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and that neutral field is a dome too.
You know what that is? That's the official Booner Path.
Booner Path.
That is the official Booner. Super Bowl is in our sights. We've talked all year about the path, and it is officially go time. It's right in our sights. Playoffs are literally, I thought about this today, 2 weeks away. 2 weeks from this Sunday, or this Saturday, the playoffs officially begin, and your Detroit Lions are fighting for a Super Bowl.
Couldn't say any better. I want to get the boys' opinion. I agree with everything you said.
We'll let Nick
Super
go.
Bowl.
Nick?
Super Bowl? My bad. I thought you were going to
Super Bowl contenders?
Yeah. Are you effing kidding me? But Booner, I am on the path. I already told you I'm on the path. Let's go. We saw what San Fran looked like against the Ravens. The Ravens can do that to a lot of teams. We know that. But to see it actually happen in a real-life game, it makes they are not unbeatable. So if they do win the next 2 games, it makes me have more faith in these Lions to be able to go in San Fran in that NFC Championship game and get a W. They are not unbeatable, so we can definitely get to the Super Bowl. KG.
Oh,
Listen, people, the Lions are Super Bowl contenders. Get with it or get lost. Just straight up, like, they can win any type of game. They've proven all season long that they can win the gritty games. They can win the shootouts. And when you get in the playoffs, it's one and done, man.
Yes.
And one thing that has given me confidence about that is that they're really good on the road. So, yes, they do get that home playoff game, but if they got to go on the road, I feel like they can handle themselves accordingly because of what they've shown us so far this year. They've almost been a better road team than a home
which
team.
is
at
crazy
times.
to think about a day.
Yeah.
Like the last 2 years, it's been opposite. Do you know what, too? This really gets me going. I said this yesterday about Dan Campbell in that introductory press conference when he became the Detroit Lions head coach. And I can't stop thinking about this when I think of the playoffs and this Lions team being a contender, is when he said, "You're going to knock us down. We're going to bite it. We're going to stand up and take a kneecap out. And then you're going to knock us down again, and we're going to take a chunk out of that kneecap. And then you're going to knock us down again, and we're going to take the other kneecap. And you're going to knock us down again. And before you know it," he said, "we're going to be the last team standing."
Yeah.
And I think about that. Now that the Detroit Lions are in that Super Bowl contending conversation, all I can think about is Dan Campbell pregame speeches in the playoffs, halftime speeches, postgame speeches, and how great of a coach he's been when it comes to motivating this team to keep their eye just on the right where it's at and don't get off the Booner path. Stay on it. That's what really I think Detroit, like, I think coaching has a lot to do when it gets to the playoffs, and I think Dan Campbell is one of those guys that can motivate his team to go win one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and
I
guys
truly
like
think
C.D.
so.
Deuce and the vets,
Yes.
Anzalone, those guys who've been there.
Bruce Irvin, as crazy as that sounds, Bruce Irvin's been
true.
in the Super Bowl.
Alu, Tyson, Gulligle
Yes.
Island.
I love that. All right, what's your next one here, brother? Do you got another one?
No, you got another one about our running back.
Oh, yes, I forgot about this one. Think about this, fellas. As a rookie, the Detroit Lions running back Jahmyr Gibbs will be playing in the Pro Bowl. Jahmyr Gibbs will be a Pro Bowler in his rookie season.
Hell yeah.
Go look at some of the running backs. Tony Pollard, who's ahead of him in rushing yards, but total yards, Jahmyr Gibbs. 9 touchdowns as a rookie. I think he's past Bijan. And when you want to start looking at Pro Bowl and start looking at players and running backs that kind of get in, there's going to be some, unless the Lions are in the Super Bowl like we just talked about, there's going to be some running backs that are taken out of it because of the Super Bowl. Jahmyr Gibbs, maybe, or even if it's a reserve, he will be playing in the Pro Bowl, and he will be there with some other guys like Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Penei Sewell. He will be there.
Frank
Graham
Graham Glasgow.
I don't know about that, but
Hutch.
Taylor Decker.
Hutch.
This is Pro
I don't
Bowl.
know. Wow, you guys. So the whole offensive line's going to you guys.
They should. All 5 should go to the Pro. Not all Pro, but they should go. 3 of them, actually 2 of them should be all pros. Penei and
Two
Frank.
should be no matter what.
Yeah, I got a lot of shit for saying Frank should go to the Pro Bowl last week.
No,
Or
that was all pro. No,
all pro.
you
Yeah.
didn't know. It wasn't that you caught a lot. It was that I think Frank is right there at the center because there are some great centers.
Yes.
But Pro Bowl, I think yes, he's a